Hey everybody, hope everyone's doing well. So today I'm going to pot up some cucumber. The cucumbers are getting just a bit too big for their little cells, so I'm going to be potting up those. Last night I guess we got a little bit of a rain, so that's kind of nice, kind of settles some of the dust. Other than that, the garden, we're probably going to be working on the garden this weekend, and John said he ordered some compost, some mushroom compost, so that's promising. Because I know when he ordered the mushroom compost, and that means that the garden might be fixed this weekend. So that's super. I am just so excited to show you how the garden's going to be coming along, and yeah, the finishing product. So right now I'm going to feed some animals. I already dropped off the kid at school, and gonna bring out some seedlings, feed some animals, and that's pretty much it. So this morning I did not go out and get a video of the sunrise because we didn't have a sunrise at all. It was super foggy, not foggy, but overcast. It was just really overcast. So the sunrise that you'll probably be seeing, or that you saw in the beginning of this video, was yesterday's. So yeah, let me just go ahead and get started and show you what a morning on the farm is like. All right, so let's go. So first we go into the barn, and we open this door right here. My hands are full this morning. So yeah, so we just open. All right, let's come in here. Ah, there we go. Let me go turn on the light real fast. All right, so that's better. So here in our little food area, this is where I keep all of our food. We did run out of grass for Bella. So usually I feed her a Timothy grass because her vet said that she was a bit overweight. So right now I'm just using Harlan alfalfa cubes. So what I do is a compressed cube, and you wet it. So I'll show you what it looks like. So for Bella and for Orange Chicken, our goat, I give them this compressed cubes. It's called the alfalfa cube, and there's just very little waste, but it is pretty fatty for our horse, so she does gain some weight. But yes, lately we've been working her, and she's actually lost quite a bit of weight, so I let her eat the alfalfa cubes. So the trick is you just fill up the bucket with the alfalfa cubes, and then you fill it up with water, and then the cubes will absorb the water and make it softer, so that way it's easier for them to eat. So that's what I feed her, and that's what I feed our goat. I don't feed our Orange Chicken that much of the cubes. I just feed them a little bit, and then give them some grain. So let's just go ahead and get started on that. All right, so first we feed Orange Chicken. So we're gonna put some cubes into the bucket. And he's a little guy, so he doesn't need that much. I just give him a little bit. And then I go fill it up with some water. Okay, now that I have some water in the bucket, you can see the cubes are gonna absorb up this water. And now we're just gonna put the grain right in the bucket. So usually don't give them that much grain. Just give them about a little cup and a half or so. Now, for our chickens, now the other day I noticed a chicken running out of the chicken coop with an eggshell. And so I went in there and found that they were eating their eggs, which it happens. So they're obviously lacking some sort of nutrients. So what I ended up doing was, now what I do is I give them a nice big scoop. I have 15 hens, so I give them a good scoop of grain. I do allow our chickens to free range, so after about 2:30 I open up the chicken coop, and then our chickens get to go on to our property in free range and eat all the bugs. I usually do that from the time let's see, that they know where their home is at. So I keep my chickens locked up in the very beginning when they're baby chicks, up until they realize they know where their home's at. Because if I don't and I just let them roam around, they're just going to find nesting spots everywhere. So what you want to make sure is that your chickens stay inside the chicken coop. And so we just kind of lock them up in there so they get comfortable in their home and they know where their home's at. So when we let them free range, they come right back. So when the sun starts to set, the chickens just kind of run back into their chicken coop. And yeah, so although we let them free range and eat bugs, sometimes they just eat their shells because they need, they just need a little bit more nutritional, something's missing out of their diet. So what I ended up getting to help their feathers out, keep them nice and shiny, they really like this. It's called, it's a black sunflower, black oil sunflower. I forgot the name. I'll put it up in the description. But yeah, so it's just black sunflowers, just like that. I need to put it in a different container. I've been keeping it in the bucket and putting it here where we store our feed so the critters don't get them. Even though we have a barn cat, I don't think the mice come in here, but you never know. So I just put a couple handfuls and I mix it in. And then I also put some of these grubs. So I buy a little bit of these grubs. These are good for treats. So if you want to get your chickens used to you and you want them to eat out of your hand, get them some worms, any kind of dried bugs. They love it. So I just put a couple handfuls of worms and I just mix it up in their feed. Now at night what I do is my goodness. So at night what I do is this pooch, Basil, stay there. So at night what I do is I it's called laying crumble. And so what I do for them at night is I put the laying crumble down for them into their feeder, and that's what they have for dinner at night. And the crumble, for what I know, it helps them produce eggs. So this is what it looks like. This is almost like their dinner. And sometimes, depends. Sometimes I put some grubs or some worms in there just for a little treat, so they can kind of scratch around if it falls out of their little feeder. And just depends. Sometimes I throw some sunflower seeds if I feel that it's just like a little treat. So that's just my preference. I don't know what other people do, but that's just what I do for my chickens. They're so spoiled. My chickens are spoiled. Okay, so I got the chicken and the goat. Bella has already eaten. She kind of free ranges and grazes. Right now she's on our side of the pasture. So yeah, she kind of free ranges. She grazes everywhere. She keeps the lawn down. She does not eat. Lately she has not eaten anything of any importance, but if there's anything out there that she can munch on that she's not supposed to, she will take advantage of that. So I usually just let her come out and graze on this side as long as I'm out here watching her. And then we put her up at night. So I've already fed her. She has food in her stall, so if she wants that food, she can go and get it. Other than that, she's good to go. So let's just go feed these chickens and this goat. So this is what I do every morning. Ooh, it's a little bright out here. So this is what I do every morning. I come out here, I have to feed the dogs, I feed the chickens, I feed Orange Chicken. We only have one goat, and our horse. We also have a barn cat, which I do feed, but I don't feed too much because I still want him to catch some mice. We haven't had any mice problems in the barn at all since he's arrived. He just kind of showed up, so that's awesome. And yeah, and then we have our other cat, our indoor cat, and he takes care of any mice that might want to come into the house. Because living on a farm, you have mice. I had no idea because I lived downtown, and yeah, I did not have any mice in my house. And so when I came out here and had my first experience with mice and death, it was quite a unique experience for me. So here we are. This is how I feed the chickens. Alright, and that's that. Make sure the door is nice and locked. Okay, and usually I'll see, I collected all the eggs last night and changed their water last night, so yeah. I did finish up the chicken coop. I just have to paint one little trim right here and then paint some of the red just to touch it up a little bit. But this looks so nice and so clean. I have decided that on this window, I'm gonna put a trim right in the middle. So I just have to cut that little piece. But today we have other plans. I'll probably finish that over the weekend. So now we're going to, I think that's pretty much it. The dogs have food already. Oh, I need to bring out all my seedlings from the trailer. So now is around the time that, as long as the weather is nice and as long as we don't have any frost, I bring my seedlings in and out of the trailer just to kind of get them used to the climate, get them used to the elements of the weather, and things like that. So that's what I usually do. I start that as soon as really kind of start as soon as the new the secondary leaves pop up. When the secondary leaves pop up and the weather starts getting nicer, that's when I start putting them outside. I mean, no one's really taught me that. That's kind of just how I've been doing it. And so far, it's been working out pretty well. So, all right. Now to get those seedlings out. Bright out here. I mean, it's overcast, but it's a bright overcast day. All right, so let's get these seedlings out of here. And what I've been doing is I have just been putting them right inside the big garden. So I just kind of move them from the trailer and I set them right on those tables right there. And then right when the sun starts to set, I bring them back inside and I put them back underneath the grow lights. Now I do not have enough grow lights for all of the seedlings, especially the ones that I'm going to be up-potting. But they seem to be doing pretty well. This is kind of what I did last year, and they seem to be doing just fine. So let me just get all those seedlings out of there. My trays filled with this organic, this one is green all potting soil. I got it from our local nursery, and what I did was I put it in this little container that I have, and I put some water, get it a little moist, and now I'm going to transplant our cucumber into these little 4-quart containers, which these are containers that I have saved over the past couple years. These are containers that I got with color, with annuals. So I use these containers because they're free, and yeah, instead of throwing them away. So what I do, I already made my tags, and as you can see, they're very tight, these cucumbers in here, and they don't look that happy. Now, I did pot up some cucumbers yesterday, and just since I've pot them up into bigger containers, they look so much better. So that's what I'm gonna do. Now, when I started these seeds, I used a seed starting mix called EB Stone Organics. Let me show you. Stone's Organic Seed Starting Mix. That's what it looks like. And this is what I used, and this comes in a 1.5 cubic feet bag. So this is what I used for starting my seeds. Okay. So now with these, oh look, I have a little tomato seed. So with these, what I think I'm gonna do is just take the healthier of the two. If there's two seedlings in one little pod, I'm gonna take the healthier of the two, because the roots are so root bound in here that there's no way that I'm gonna be able to separate them. So let's just do this. And like this one has a tomato in it, so we're just gonna take out that tomato. And as you can see, it's super root bound. So now I'm wondering, maybe, let me take a look. Well, this one looks like it's already thinning. It's already thin. Yeah, so let's just take that one out and leave this healthier one. There. So you get a nice deep hole, and I plop them right back in there. And I just kind of pat the soil around it. Not too tight, but I don't want it to have any air pockets in the cucumber. And that's what it should look like. It's a little cleaner. There you go. And that's what it should look like. Nice new little home. And so this one, this is the one that I pulled out. And as you can see, I don't know if you could see that, the roots right in through here, it looks very thin and almost looks sickly. So I just pulled it out because that one did not look like the healthier of the two. I'll probably just feed it to the chickens. All right, so let's just start potting up the rest. Okay, so it is later in the day. I have finished up potting all of the cucumber. I have 34 cucumber right here. But the tomatoes are doing so well. Look at that. They're just so big. And it is getting so windy. But look at all the cucumbers. They're doing so good now. These are the ones that I potted up yesterday. And they are so, I mean, they're doing so good. So yeah, everything's doing really well. I'm so excited that the garden's getting worked on. So possibly this weekend I might get the irrigation done. So tomorrow I'm going to level these out and yeah, and probably get the garden bed set on top of these holes. But it is getting so chilly out, and I'm going to be heading inside. John is still out here. He has Nico, one of our managers, inside the little Toyota, which is the one that does all the trenching and can scoop up dirt, things like that. I mean, they all can scoop up dirt, but I think also with this garden door, it swings inward. I'm going to change the hinges. So the hinges are on the outside, so it swings outwards, because I want to put those black pots, one on each side of the gate, and then have a little trellis right over the gate. And I thought, oh, that would look just so sweet in this little spot right here. So yeah, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to show you that what it's going to look like. I'm super thrilled. What else? I know we're going to be getting some lambs soon. April 1st, I believe we're getting some lambs. 2 lambs. And we also are going to be getting some more chicks. And I'm going to probably do a little vlog regarding how to pick baby chicks, because there are so many different baby chicks out there, and there's some baby chicks that produce, or there's some chickens that do produce more eggs than others and are more docile and things like that. So I'll probably do that when I get closer to getting those chickens. So until then, take care, be safe, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.